Jonathan, you've done something very smart here, and that's working. I'm sorry, I wanted to get that up in Acrobat. So you've done something very smart. And that's working in black on white. It's really, really smart to work in logo on black and on white, and then start thinking about color later. And the reasoning behind that is because you can concentrate on pure form without having the added meaning of color to work with, to just add another meaning on your plate while you're working with form. So this is a really good idea. There's this thing we say in graphic design. You've heard it before, and it says don't ever fall in love with a design, meaning that don't ever get to a point where you want to use something so badly that it might not be considered to be a great move. And I don't think this is a good move, using the script with the first name. I think that's really a mistake, because what it's doing visually, it's separating your last name from your first name. This could be very easily be construed as two different people. And so you need that consistency to tell the viewer that the first name is associated with the last name, and yes, that is indeed a proper name, and that is indeed the name of the person who is being represented by this mark. Okay, and the reason I say you've fallen in love with that combination is because you've done it in all three of your roughs. Okay, so that definitely, typographically, I would definitely make a change there. I think this is a good typeface. I think using the all caps with the cap is a good idea. I think this bold is a little bit too weighty for the rest of the typeface, though. And your kerning, watch your kerning. Your letters are really far apart. Another set of typefaces, something from Universe family, something from McGill Sans, Futura. One of the modernist sans serifs I think would be wonderful in here. Now, I would recommend using graphic design as well. Instead of just saying Jonathan Villar, say Jonathan Villar graphic design. Okay, as far as the marks themselves go, I think you got some wonderful experimentation here. The J with the upside down V isn't working. It's kind of forced. This, I don't know what this is. We can see that's a J, but I don't know what that is, and that's just really difficult. So this is not a self-sufficient logo because it raises questions. And if I'm asking questions after knowing exactly what you're doing, the viewer is certainly going to look at a question, raise questions by saying, well, what is that? You see what I'm saying? I think this is your strongest approach. I really do. I don't think this is it, because there's some things that I think with the J and the V that are still kind of weird relationships. First of all, I would get rid of the points. Anytime you have a sharp point in visual communications, that indicates pain or some other uncomfortable situation. So whenever you're working on branding, you want to stay away from any kind of sharp points. I love the flow of this. I think this almost figure eight type thing. I think it would be wonderful if you were able to work these relationships out, because right now you almost have a figure eight, and it just gets kind of caught up right here where it flattens out, and then of course those points. So I would work on that relationship, okay, and then definitely get some consistency in your name. And I would add the word graphic design, the term graphic design, under your name. That way it's descriptive. Everybody who looks at this piece is going to know exactly what Jonathan Villar does and what you can offer the viewer. Okay, hope I'm making sense. Let me know if I'm not, but that would be my recommendation for moving forward. We'll be presenting this work again in this week's discussion board, so presumably you'll have time to work on by then and show us what you've been working on in the discussion board, as opposed to showing these same three iterations. Since you have this feedback under your belt right now, might as well use it moving forward, right? Awesome job. Thanks, John. Let me know if, I'm sorry, thank you, Jonathan, and let me know if you have any questions, all right?